This video is a continuation of our previous video on how to create a parametric family. In this video, we will learn how to create a system family. We will use nested family to create the system and use associate parameter to control its visibility. We will also look into the difference between type parameter and instant parameter. Let's get started. What we are making here is a furniture system. So we are going to create a furniture system for our Stockholm dining table, which will include chairs. But really, furniture family system can be just about anything. It can be bedroom furniture system. It can also be living room furniture system. Since this is going to be a dining system, we're going to use our own family that we have created in the previous video. So make sure that you open the family file, the base family file, which is the Stockholm. After the file is open, first thing to do is to save it as. So I suggest that you make a separate folder for each family category. Save as family. I have created a separate folder for furniture system, so I'm going to use that. I'm calling this Stockholm system. So now that we have it saved as, we have to change the category from furniture that came with the original family to furniture system. Highlighted is the current category. We're changing it to furniture systems. And OK. The next step is to bring in other family. This is called nesting. To do that, you will go to Insert, then Load Family, then scroll down to Furniture, and open up Seating. We will use this one. Now we have a family nested within our current family. To verify that, we will go to Component, and we should have the family that we have just loaded on the list, which is that. In this case, the best place for us to work is in reference level. So let's go there. We will start by placing just one chair in front of the table. Component. I'm going to place it roughly where it's going to end up, but not exactly. This way I can find the reference planes easily later on. So I'm going to constrain the center of this chair with this reference plane and then lock it. And since I want this to be in the middle, I'm also going to constrain the center of this chair, the center left right, with the center left right. AL on my keyboard. Lock. Do the same for the center front back. So I'm done with this. Let's go ahead and flex to see. So when I flex, the depth here should change to, if I remember correctly, 2 feet 10 inches. Pay attention to the chair. It should move up slightly with the reference plane. Now I'm going to change it back to large. It should move down slightly, which it does, while maintaining its location in relationship with center left right. So I'm going to OK out of this, and I will place another chair to the left of the previous chair. And again, roughly where it's going to end up. I am going to do the same with the center front back of the chair. I'm aligning it with this reference plane. And then lock. Now, I want the center left right of the chair to always be in the middle of these two reference planes. So I'm going to use equalize to achieve that. That's it. Make sure to not lock your dimension. Let's go and flex. Looks like it does what it's supposed to do, so we will go ahead and place another chair on the right side. And repeat the same process. Be sure to not share the dimension string for the left chair with the right. We're going to use a separate dimension string. Okay, let's flex one more time. Now, you may be wondering if we're going to address the overlapping of the chair situation, and the answer to that is yes, but we will take care of that later. Now I am going to mirror these three chairs to the opposite side, but I'm not going to place them exactly where they need to be. I just need them to be close and move them into place later. So I will highlight, Windows Select, Mirror, and I will pick this reference plane to mirror all the three chairs. So they're kind of roughly where they need to be, but not exactly. So repeat the same process again, but on the opposite side. Again, it's important to remember to equalize the left and the right chair separately. Do not make them the same dimension string. Now we're going to equalize them so that they stay in the middle between the two reference planes. Let's go ahead and save our work. Now let's flex again. Looks good. What I want to do next is I want to hide the two chairs in the middle whenever small family type is selected. So to do that, we have to create another parameter. This parameter will control the visibility of these two chairs. So here is to create a new parameter. This parameter that I'm going to use is going to be family parameter, and it's going to be type parameter. Later on in this video, we will discuss the difference between type parameter and instant parameter. So for this one, I'm going to name it middle. Middle share include yes, no. Discipline, we're going to leave it at common. type of parameter, this will be a yes, no. And group parameter under, this will be graphics. With yes, no selected, this gives us choice. And with graphics selected, this gives us visibility control of an object. Now I can OK out of it. And you should have a new group and a new parameter here. So I'm going to OK out of this. And then select this chair in the middle. With this chair check, the property here is the property of this chair. So if I scroll down just a little bit, you will see visible. Right now it is controlled by an instant parameter that came with the nested family. But now we want it to be controlled by type parameter that we have just created. So this gray box here on the right hand side, if you click on that, it's going to override the instant parameter here. And you have to assign the parameter in which you want to use to control its visibility. So in this case, we're using middle share include yes, no. That's the parameter that we have just created. So selecting that, OK out of it. Now we can flex to see if that works. So click on family types, then select small. And whenever small is selected, I want to exclude the middle share. So I'm going to uncheck this and I'm going to apply. And OK out of it. You will not see any change here in the family. But if you open up a new project file, and load your family system into it, load into project, you will see that the family parameter is working. Right now we're in project file and not in the family file. I'm going to flex it here. At the moment, small type is selected. After we change it to large, the missing share should reappear. Flex it again to small. It should disappear. So it's working. Now we're going to go back to our family file and do the same thing for the middle share on the opposite side. We're going to have the middle share include yes, no, control its visibility. OK out of it. Now load it back into the project. Override the existing version. Select the project and flex again. That's it. We're done with the first part of this video. Now let's take a look at how instant parameter works. So let's get back to the family file. What I'd like to do now is to have two separate parameters that control the visibility of the share to the left and to the right of the table. And I want to be able to control them separately. So with that, I have to have two different parameters. To create a new parameter, again, we will go to Family Types, create a new parameter. It's still going to be a family parameter, and this time instead of type, we're going to choose instance. Under name, I'm going to call this one left share include yes, no. Under discipline, common, type of parameter, yes, no. Group parameter under will be graphics. I want to add tooltip. and then OK out of it. So we should have a new parameter here added under graphics. I will do it one more time. This time I'm going to call it right share include yes no. Repeat the same process. Again, we have one more parameter added here to the list. We can OK out of it. Now we're going to place 2 more chairs. I'm using spacebar to rotate my chair. Do the same for the opposite. Okay, we're going to place it again roughly where it needs to be, and then use align and constrain to move them into place. AL, I'm going to align the center of the chair with this reference plane here and then lock. And then similarly, I will align the center of this chair here to this reference plane. Do the same for the opposite. Before we change the parameter for its visibility, we're going to try to flex to see if it's behaving correctly. Let me move this aside so we can see it. We're changing from small to large. Apply. Back to small again. Apply. Looks good. I'm going to apply parameter to the left side only so that you can see the difference. Now I just need to get out from this current command, then select this share on the left, and with this visible, I'm going to override it and use associate family parameter. So this left share include yes no is what I want to use. And then I'm going to get out of this and load this back into our test project file. So after I hit override the existing version, you should see 2 more shares added to each end of the table. Now, when we flex, the 2 added chair should remain visible. Since it is an instant parameter, we should be able to control its visibility separately from the type, which is this one here, the left share include yes no. If I uncheck, share on the left should disappear. It doesn't matter now if the family type is large or small. We should be able to control the visibility of the 2 shares on each end separately from its type. So it looks like it's behaving the way it's supposed to. We will do the same thing for the share on the right. So we need to go back to the family file. And then apply the same parameter to the share on the right. Actually, not quite the same parameter. We will apply the right share include yes no. And now we can load it back into the project. Overwrite the existing version. Now you should be able to control the visibility of this share on the right separately from the type. So if I click on this family, uncheck, that should go away. Check that. That should come back. Check both. Both should come back. Change it to small. Uncheck. That disappear. Uncheck. That disappear. So looks like the family is working the way it's supposed to. Now we can go back to our original family file, save our work, and that's conclude family system.